Are you able to see my screen, Arjun?
Yes, yes, I can see you.
Okay. So let us start. So till yesterday, what we have discussed that I think we have discussed that how to take the screenshot, right?
Yes, yes, on failed cases.
Yeah. Sorry.
On failed test cases, how to take a screenshot.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have covered this, right? So after that, what I want, but even if you get the, you can say what are the screenshots you are getting, you cannot say to the client that this is my project and I am getting the screenshot here, right? There should be some report. You can say that whatever the report we are going to use, this is that you can say extent report we will use. So in that report, I will provide that what are the test cases which failed. I will put those test cases in that report. And suppose this is the test case, so that particular test case will have that screenshot present in that report. So after that, we are going to provide our report to the client. There we will have all the detail about the failed test cases along with the screenshot, right? So here we will see how to generate excellent extent report in our project, okay? So that we can provide all our stuff in one place, and after that we can hand over that report to the client so that the client can identify what are those failed test cases and what is the reason. So to work with that extent report, first we have to get one dependency which is called Maven dependency. So if I show you, I'm having that path where I got that dependency. So copy this path. So this is the first of all you have to get that these dependencies into your project. So you can see that artifact ID extent report. If you want to work with the extent report and use the methods so present in that class, first you have to get the dependency into your project. So click this and come to your pom.xml file. I think I am already having it. So let me not paste it again. So if I show you, so this is the one I have. Okay, so I am already having it. So I am not pasting it again. So after pasting, just you have to save this file. So it will download all the necessary file. So once downloading, so what I've done to create my extent report, I have created in that source min Java resources folder. I have created one class with this name, extent report generation. So once here I will not write my extent report code. So there are two classes in the two classes. One is extent spark reporter, and there is one more class which is having the name. If I say these two classes I will use. So these two classes have some method that will help you to create your extent report, right? So we are going to make use of these two classes. So if you want to use any method of these two classes, so I have to create the object of these classes, right? So let me create the object. Let us create the object of this class. So before that, let me make one method. So I should not write, I will not be able to write directly. So let me create method so that I will use that method every time when you have to create the file. So public void get reporter object. You can give any name. Let me give this name. So what is this name? You will understand in a while. So let me create that this method, reusable method you can say. Okay, so inside that let me get the object of a first class which is okay. So before creating the object, let me create that path, string path. So this path is the path where my, you can say, extent report file will be present, right? So if I say like that, get property, and if I do like that, it will return to me, it will going to return me the path till here. If I do like that, that will going to give me the path till here. Okay, after that, once I will get the required path, I want one file. You can say I want one folder to be created. So let me give that folder name as, you can, okay, so you can give like that. You can give any extent report. You can give any folder name, right? So I want, once I will reach that directory up to the project level, I will create one folder with this name. And once I will create the folder, you can say after that I will provide my file name. So After that I will say index.html. So it can be any file name, right? So whatever be the, you can say, whatever will be our extend report, it will have this name, and it will be going to one HTML file. So enclose them in double quotes, and that's it. So this is your complete path. First you will come here, at runtime you will come here when you will call this method. After that, one folder will be created automatically, right? If you provide like that, automatically it will create the object and place one file index.html here, right? So this we have done, and after that let us create the object of this class. So I think I've written that wrong spelling in the comment. So Spark, it is the Spark. So let me get one object. So I can give that name to the object as reporter, and with the help of key, I'm creating that new key. So here I'm just creating the object and is giving the reference of that object to this reporter variable. So here what you have to provide, here you have to provide this path. Okay. So I will be explaining the code again in a while. So once you will provide like that, there are two methods, reporter dot config reporter, and if I say dot set report name, so set report name, second one. So you can give any name to the to your report. So let me give the name as web automation result. So I am already having that index file from the previous batch. Okay, I was having that previous batch, so there I have explained the same concept. So let me show you the report first. Okay, so then you will understand what is this name. So this is the one. If I show you,
Sumit, the object you have created, is it
sorry,
predefined class or you have already in your project?
can you tell your question again?
The object of a class that you have created, extend report something, is it predefined class or you have created this class somewhere? It is
Yeah,
a
actually
extend
this
star
class, this
variable.
class, whatever this is the class, I'm getting
Yes.
it from this file. If I show you, once we have imported this dependency.
Okay, okay, okay,
Okay,
okay.
so
So it
if
is
I,
predefined, right?
yeah, inside that, yeah, whatever the jars file you will have. So if I show
Okay.
you one thing, so I have not created this class. If I remove this line, so if I save it, and if I remove this as well, actually you have to import that package. So it is throwing one error. So I have just imported that, right?
Okay, okay.
Okay, so import that. Okay, save it. So what is this? What is the reason I'm writing this? If I show you that index file, so this is the path where this file is present. So we will create it from the scratch, but I'm just showing you what is this text, what I want to. So if I open this file, your file will look like this, right? So this is one extent report. Here you will have the screenshot attached, and suppose this is the test login page test is our test case name. It got failed. Screenshot of the screenshot where it got failed is attached here. You can see, and whatever why the test case is failed is present here, right? So if I show you that automation report, right? So here I have written that automation report, but whatever be the test case name. So here if you provide that web automation report, if I say like this, web, you can say, you can give any name. Let me give project report. You can say project report, that will be better. So once I will run that program, you will see this name will be generated here in this file. Instead of automation report, where you can say project report will become. So this we can set with in this, with the help of this object we can set our reporter, you can say, name. So there is one more parameter we can set, which is reporter dot config. You can also set the document title. So set document title. So let me give that name as, you can give any name, just like if I can give uh, test cases, you can say test cases output. or you can say the result, test case result. It can be better. So what is this title? If I talk about that title, what I'm setting, if I open that, so once I place my mouse, you will see framework test result. So this is the title I'm setting, right? So earlier it was different, but this time let me set it to different. So we can set this as well. So till now, what will happen? First of all, we are providing up the path where so this folder will be created, and I want that one index.html file should be present. So this is the class. Okay, so this is the object of this class. So I am providing that path variable here. So what will happen once you will provide your path variable here, this object will going to create one empty index.html file inside this folder. Okay, so once it will create one empty index.html file inside that folder, it will create inside that folder, you can see. So let me delete that, or let me not delete that. So suppose after execution of this line, it has created one index.html file here, but it is empty as of now, right? We do not have provided any data. So once you will provide like that, you have to set the report name. So it will set the report name as well, and it will set your title as well. Just I have shown you, right? So these three lines will do that. But here, as of now, we do not have provided any data. So if I show you the data, so by writing these three lines, so this is set, and you can say title is also set, and there is one empty file. So as of now, it do not have any test case. Assume it do not have any test case. So I have to provide whatever the test cases are there. What are the test failed? What are the test case passed? So as of now, it is not present. So okay. So after that, what we can do? We are going to use this class. This class have done its job. Now we are going to use this class object to create our test case data. So let me give any name, or let me create okay, so extend equals to new, create the object quickly. So extend equal to save it. Okay, so I think actually come here, yeah, extend reports. This is the class. So let me write it here as well. So import the package. This is the class I will import. I have not created that. So once you create that, so this object, because I am providing this complete path of the file here, so this object knows where your file is located, but this object do not know where your file is located. So to give this object the knowledge where your file is located, what I will do, I will use one method, extend dot attach. So why I am doing this method, again I will tell you. I am using this method because this object, I'm providing the path here where my file is present, right? It should be created here. So this object will create, and it will have the knowledge of the complete path. But this extent object do not know where your file is located. So how it will be able to work on your reporting file, which is you can say this is the file, right? Index.html. So how it will identify? So this is the reason I am just saying, giving the knowledge of this reporter object to this one. So if this object has the knowledge of this one, so this object will also have the knowledge where your file is present, right? So this object will be responsible for creating test data. So what do I mean by test data? So I think I have closed the file. So whatever be the total number of test case pass or fail, this object will monitor that, right? So this is the reason I am providing this. So after that, I can use a. So let me do one thing, that will not create the object here, because after the execution I want to return that object I want to return. So let me create that variable outside, you can say. So before this, after that, okay, let me create here, save it. So actually now what will happen, scope of this is not restricted to this one, but it is restricted to the class, right? So this is the reason I have provided outside. So once you provide like that, so this you have done, extend reporter. So also you can set the name. If I show you the file again, so this is the complete. So how only you have joined, let me check whether class will, okay. So you also got the message, right, that class will start at 7:10 p.m.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, anyways. So okay, so what is your name? Arun.
No, Arjun.
Yeah, so Arjun Tyagi, right?
Yes.
So if you want to, suppose you are the tester and you want to, if I show you that file again where it is. So this is the path where my file is present. And if I click this, I think it is here. And if I come here, so as of now the tester name present is Sumit, right? I have written my name, so let us write your name. So suppose you want to set who is testing this application, or the, you can say, who is running the test case. So you can also set here with the help of this extent object. So how you can do, so there is one method in this object. If I say after this step extent dot, you can say attach, sorry, not attach, dot set system. So it is expecting two parameters. So let me write first parameter is tester, and the second one is the whatever the person who is testing it. Suppose you are testing this, so let me write Arjun here,
Sumit, how is it fetching now?
which means
Like you have not given your name, Sumit or tester. Then how is it fetching now the name of a tester?
I do not get a question.
I am asking currently. It is showing tester name is Sumit. Then
Okay,
how
okay.
it is?
Actually, before this batch, I was having one more batch, which is 5 p.m. weekend batch. So there I have
Okay.
already shown that how to create that file. So this is that file from the previous batch. I have not created that, and it will not create that. As of now, assume you do not have any file. Actually, you
Okay.
will not have any folder here, right? It is from the previous batch, so let me delete it. So as of now, I do not have any folder here like that. Okay. So let us set your name. So once you set your name, what I will do, I will return this object. So you will get one error, so because the return type is different. So change that method return type to extent report. So what I will do, I have created one reusable method here. So if you have thousands of test cases, I will just call this method every time, right? So before that, okay, so I think we have done with this part. So let me also make that method as static, so that whenever I want to call this method, I do not want to create the object of this class. So if you are declaring your method is static, then you have to make where this one is also static, right? So this is a Java part. So you cannot use non-static variable inside the static method, so you have to also declare this is static. Fine. So this we have done. So if I come to that listeners part again, so again I'm going to take the help of listener. So right now these two screenshots are also not going to present, so let me delete this. Okay, so this is the listener. Yeah, click this listener. Okay, so here once you will I have already shown you in the yesterday lecture. If you want to get the required I think it is here, all the methods which that interface iTest listener is providing. So you can use this, right? Override slash implement. So if you expand this, it is giving you these many methods, right? So I have already done that. So this is one method. First one is one method on test start, and this is also one of the method, and if the test case will fail, we will automatically come to that log which we have seen earlier, and this is also one of the methods. So as soon as your test case will finish, then what is the operation you want to perform, you can perform that operation here. So first what I will do, as soon as my test case will start, what I mean to say, as soon as my test case will start, automatically we will come here, right? Because I'm using that listener concept, so automatically my control will come here. So inside that block, what I will do, let me write, first of all, let us get that object. So let me close this, so I think we are interested only in these two. So here is our actual object. Okay, so actually first I want to get this object extent, because this extent object will be going to create all our test cases inside the, you can say, that extent file. So first let us get this object and call this method. So how we can call this method, class name dot method name, because the method is static. So here if I come, okay, so I'm writing that here on the inside the class, not the method, so that scope will not be local to the method. So dot. So I think here it is not showing. This is the one, and after that you can write What is the extent report generation dot? Okay, let me save it. Save it. Okay, so let me do one thing till now. So once you will, suppose you are executing this line, right? So it will just call this method. So once it will call, it will return me one extent object. So once it will return, I want to also catch that object. So you can see the return type. This is the return type. If I want to catch that, just write create one variable on the left hand side, and you can give any name, right? So it's up to you. So yeah, we are not getting any more error. So this name and this name is different. If I say this name and this name is different, right? So this is present for this class, and if you want to write any name apart from this, you can write any name, right? So I am writing that same name. You can say not same name, actually it is this name belonging to this class. So I'm just catching that object here. Once this will invoke, it will return me one extent object. I'm catching that extent object here. So once I will catch that object here, I will write the line. So as soon as my test case start, so what I will do, I will get the name of the test case because this result will going to have our test case name, right? So what I will do, this object will help us to make our, you can say, report. So I will say dot create, and here I will say that name of the test case. So this result will be holding the name of our test case. So I will say we have also done that in that previous lecture as well. We dot get method get method. Yeah. So what it will do. So let me also do one thing. Before that, copy this line, because once we will done with that, I will run that whole program in the debug mode, so that we will be able to see what is the name it is fetching every time. So when it come to this flow, so this is for the demonstration purpose only. Okay, so let me write, I can also write text here. So let us go with this way, or let me write text here. So whatever the text it will fetch, so suppose this is the test case first, it will run, right? So you can say this is my test case name. Right, so whatever be the test case name will be fetched and placed here. So once we are going to get our actual test case name, it will create one test case. So I have already shown you. If I come here, right, so you can see this is one test case name, login page test. So it will just create one test case like this. Once I will provide this line, right? With the help of that, it will create. So once we are creating that test case, after writing this line, it will return you one object. So suppose it will return me one object, so I will catch that object in this variable. And what will be the type of this one? Test one. You can give any name, right? So this is one demo name. You can give any name. So it will return me one object always, and that object will be of type this one. So actually this object will going to provide you some functionality which you can add it to your test case. Sorry, to your report. So once I will get one object, I will create one variable of type this outside of the class, so that it will be shareable to every method present here. Okay. So once it will give me the object, I will catch it here. So what this object will provide you. So suppose your test case got failed, sorry, pass without any failure. So you will going to come to this log automatically. So with the help of this object, you can provide some you can provide some logs to your test case. So you can provide test dot, you can say log. If I come here into this way, so I will say status is, if I will come to that block, this block, I will say that my test case is passed, and you can provide any comment here. So you can say test run successfully without error. So this is the message you can give. It's up to you, whatever the message you want to give. So likewise, when you will come to this one, so this is, we do not have to take a screenshot on the when our test case will pass. So I am just writing this line. So what will happen? Test dot pass. If status dot pass. So instead of fail, you will see pass here, right? Because of this line, you will see pass here. If I provide like this, right? So when only for the pass test case, it will come to this block, and mark the status of the test case as passed. So, but suppose if I come to this failed one, what is the one? This is the one where my test case is failed. So this object again will help us to mark the status of our test case. I will just say test dot fail, and here you can write. So here, so suppose your test case, suppose there is one. I think I am already having it. So okay, so assume suppose our this is our test case. Let me open that coronavirus website. So what I hope you remember that yesterday we were just comparing this number with some number, right? And I have provided an assertion. So if the assertion does not match, our test case will fail, right? And it will say that expected found, but expected true, but found false. So that suppose your test case will fail. So again you will come to this block automatically. So this result will be holding that why your test case got failed. So if you want to give that result, whatever that why our test case got failed into the report, so you can use this result we had throw even, sorry. So this method, so why I'm writing this, so let me explain you again. When your test case will fail automatically, you will going to come to this point. So if you write object, this is the object it will return from this line. I'm saying that fail my test case and also provide the reason for the failure test case. So that result variable will be holding the you can say you will be holding the reason why your test case got failed. So if you provide like that, so if I show you that file again, so whatever the you are seeing the reason, so that reason will be captured and placed into that this file, right? So this is the reason I am writing this line. So this is how it will work. So after that, okay, so once we will come here, so there is one step, mandatory step you can say. Let me write that. So always remember that you have to provide that mandatory step. Once you will do all your working, suppose I am having two test cases in my test.ng XML file, right? These are the two test cases, or you can say the classes, whatever you want to say. Once these will execute, I want I want that this is the object. Okay, so let me come here. So actually what I have told you that this object is responsible for creating the file, right? And it will return one test object. So once our execution of all the test cases will over, I will just say here one object. This is the object. It is listening, and I will say flush. So you can see writes the text information from the started reporter to their output. So if you do not provide this, what will happen? This extent object will keep on listening and it will not stop. So I want that once our all the test case will execute, this extend method will stop listening to our test case, and whatever the you can say whatever the logs generated, whether the test case is passed or failed, it should be write it back to the required file. So let us try to run that, and then I will do one thing. I will run this test case in debug mode. So let me first put some debugger. So we are having many debuggers here already. So let us provide one here, and let me provide here as well. Okay, I think that is the thing we have to do. So let us check. Okay, so so again still we have not provided that screenshot. So let us do whether our file is created or not. So as of now, no file is present on the left hand side. So but once it will this code will execute, you will see that one extent report will be present on your project level. So one test case started. So this is the second one. I think this time both of the test cases will going to fail because I think I provided from the previous which I was failing those two test cases by modifying in some line. So let us wait whatever be the result. We have to see whether our report is generated or not. So I think the test case execution is finished. So you can say two failure, right? So anyways, we do not have to. So why these test cases are failing, because if I open that test case, I'm just reverse the condition, right? So that number cannot be less than 1000. So this is the reason it is failing, and here as well. If I show you, okay, I think this is, yeah, this is my second one. Here as well, I'm just, so I hope you remember that in that demo website, user form is written like that, space with space. But here I'm just saying without space so that I will fail my test case. So here as of now you are not seeing any folder. So what is the folder name? If I come to that, yeah. So this folder name is not present on the left hand side, extent hyphen effort. But once I will refresh my project, so refresh it, you can see one folder is generated, and inside that this is the same file name we are given, which is called index.html. So let me try to open this file and let us see the results. So we have two failed test cases. So inside that file as well, we should get all the two failed test cases. So right click, sorry, delete it and paste the new path. Hit enter. Here you can see all the two failed test cases are present here. So you can say project report. So where this name is coming from, you can say project report. So this is the report and report name. So this is the reason you're seeing that project report here. And I think we have provided, yeah, title. You can see test case result is our title. So this is the same title I have given here, right? So this is coming from here, and this is the main thing, that who is testing this application, that you are testing this application. So I have written your name. So let us see whether your name is coming in that report or not. So yeah, here it is. You can say tester is Arjun Tyagi, right? So you can give any tester name who is testing the application at a time. And moreover, if you see the graph, so as of now, that whole circle is red, right? Because we have two test cases and all the test cases have failed. But suppose your one test case is passed and all the test case, suppose you are having two test cases as of now, all the two test cases will pass. So you will see green circle here, right? As of now, it is showing red because red is standing for failure. But once your all the test case will pass, it will show green. So let us see that as well. So let me, if I try to run that again, right? Hmm, let me not fail the one test case. So let me comment this step, or let me reverse the change the condition to correct one. This time you will see if I run it again. So let us also delete the folder if you want. Okay, so if you do not remove that folder, it will overwrite the file. So try to run. This time you will see one test case is passed and one test case is failed. So 50-50 is the case here. Second will start, and this time I think it is the coronavirus homepage, maybe. Yeah, so this is the one, and this time it will not fail because I have provided the correct condition, because this number is going to be greater than 1000. So I think the test case is completed. And you will see test run 2 passes one, failure 1. So let us refresh it again. This project, sorry, not run this. Refresh it. So let us see. So it has not created another file. So let us go with this one. So let us check. So all the details will remain the same, but pass, test case pass and failure results will be different. So you can see that Corona homepage is the one which has passed, right? So test run successfully. So this is the one. So where this detail is coming, it is coming from here. If I show you, uh, this is, yeah. So I have provided this detail here, right? So once my test case will pass, I will mark my test cases pass and provide this comment. This is the comment I provided. So you are seeing that same comment here, right? And the status is passed, and but this again got failed. So this is the reason you are seeing. So it is this, whatever the error, if I click this, whatever the error you are showing here, you are getting this error at a runtime. You are capturing that error with the help of, you can say, this is the one, right? So this step is doing that. First it is marking the test case as failed, and whatever the reason it got failed, it is getting that error and pasting that error here. So this is also you can do. So also I think so. If I talk about the graph part this time, you will see that one test case is passed and one got failed. So this is the reason it is showing that half the circle is red which stands for fail, and half the circle is pass, so it is showing green. Here as well, test pass 1, test fail 1. So this is how you can work with. So let us do one thing. Let us run that in debug mode so that it will be understandable for us. Okay, so let us do one more thing, then we will do. So here you can see this test case. Click on, okay, click here. So you can see that it is just like a bug symbol, right? You can say it is there's some insect they have drawn, so it is just like a bug, which means it is showing that due to some reason it is failed. So here, as you can see that this test case is passed, so there is no need of taking a screenshot, which is fine. But here this test case got failed. So I think while you will see that screenshot here only, one screenshot will be present here because I have not changed the previous code, so reports hyphen screenshot. So I think this is the one. So actually I have not removed that folder. This is the reason you are seeing two screenshot, right? But as of now, our only one test case got failed. So this is the previous file, right? So what I can do, I think this is the one, right? Yeah, this got failed. So you can see the screenshot here, but I want that screenshot to be present inside this file only. I want that if this fail, the screenshot should be present here only, right? So how we can do that? We can also do that. So let me also remove this. Do not require, I do not require it. So if you come to that listener part, yeah, here only. So after that, okay, let me come to that base class first. So here, this is the method where, so this destination file is the one where your screenshot will be present, right? So I have given the complete path where our screenshot should be present. So first of all, this folder should be created every time. Inside that, our test case name.png. So what I will do, I will first, okay, let me come to this first. So this test object, whatever the test object returned from this, returned from this line, right? It will return one test object. So this test object again will help you to place your screenshot. So you can say, okay, you can say after that, if I write test dot add screen capture, so there are many methods, so you can go with this one. This is the one, right? So here, what you can do, it is expecting the path where our screenshot is present inside this. So once, so how, what that path I have to provide here. So how we can provide that path where our screenshot will be present. So I can do one thing. This is the one. So this is the path where my screenshot is present. So I will just simply return this path. Sorry, destination file. So I have given that name. So you can, this is the path, right? Or let me, okay, so let me go with this variable name only. So this destination file will have the complete path. So I will return that. Once I will call this method, I will return this path. So you have to change the method type. Method type return as string because we are returning one string variable. So once you will return that, what I will do, instead of writing this method here, right, inside try catch, what I will do, right, so let me copy this first. Instead of writing that method here, remove this and let me place the path here. So string path to screenshot. So once I will invoke this method, it will take the screenshot, and after taking the screenshot as well, it will going to return me one total path of the screenshot. I will capture that here, and I can place that variable because this method is expecting the complete path where your screenshot is present. So once you provide like that, here again you have to provide the title. So here, if I open my, okay, so I think I will not be able to show you because I've closed the previous one. Actually, I hope you are able to see when we are having that screenshot here inside this block. Whatever the name you are seeing on that screenshot file, that will be the test case name. So if you want to give the, suppose I've created one screenshot file. If I want to give that screenshot file the name of the test case, so you can do it here only. So this is the test case that will fail, and from the previous code I'm capturing that test case name as well. So you can provide that test case name here. Okay, so Okay, okay, so to surround with try catch. Yeah, that is no an issue. Save it. Okay, you can, so it is saying us to initialize it, so we can provide double quotes at the beginning. Fine. So let us do one thing. Let me again fail those two test cases. So if I again reverse the condition, all over both the test cases will fail again. So let us try to run. Then I will show that in debug mode all the code, whether we are getting screenshots as well. So this is how you can also provide the screenshot. So again it has started. Again this will fail because I provided the wrong condition in my test case. And it should stop. Okay, so browser closed automatically because we have provided after test as well, so that here there we have written the code driver dot close earlier. So you can see the failure too, which is fine. So just let me refresh this project. So this folder again got created, reports screenshot. Sorry, not this one. I am interested in extend report. So this is the folder. So again copy that. Sorry, not copy that. Okay, I'll copy that path and close it. If I hit that URL, sorry, whatever be the URL, or you can say that path. So let me open another Chrome browser, paste the path here, and you will see. This time, both of the test cases will be failed. And moreover, whatever the name you are seeing here, this is the login page test, right? So this is our actual test case name, which we are getting, which we are getting from here, right? So this is the reason I have provided the test case name here. So once you will take the screenshot, this will be the name of your screenshot as well. So likewise, if I click this, you will see that a screenshot present here. So this report uh, you can hand it over to the client, so that client will be able to see some neat documentation of your test case. So you can see that this test case is failed. Why it is failed? It is written here, right? It is written here, and at which page the test case is failed, it is present here, so client can see. Likewise, if I come to that second test case, so why this test case is failed? Because it is expecting some true and found false, right? So I failed the assertion. Moreover, this it has failed, and if I click this, so at this page it got failed. So client will be able to understand that there is some issue with this, right? So you can see, I think this is the timestamp, whatever it is, right? So this is the time, I think, yeah. And this is some random ID they have given, and I think this is the actual time. I think the time is, yeah. So as of now, 7:55 is the time. So it is also create, uh, capturing the at what time we have run the test case and it got failed. So anyways, this we have done, but let us see that what I mean to say in the debug mode. Then, okay, so let me not remove that. So let me do one thing. This time we will only, you can say, so let me not fail one test case. So let me not fail this test case. This time we will see one screenshot only, right? So let me not fail this one. And if I run that in debug mode this time, click this. Again, our testing XML will run. But this time we will stop somewhere because you can see. So why, first of all, why I directly come to this point, right? Because I was triggering my test case, but we are using, if I show you my testing XML, I hope you remember that this step is mandatory. So here I am giving the listener knowledge to our testing XML. So I am saying that inside that package, this is the class present, listeners class present. So before executing any of the test case, I have already told you, before executing any of the test case, we should come to this. You can say we should come to this on test start. But here you are seeing that you redirected to this, which is the method. You redirected to this method, right? Why you redirected? Because before coming to this method, before coming to this method, as soon as it will come inside, it will first execute these two lines. So once it will execute this line, here it is calling one object. So this is the reason we are first navigating to our. So here I placed a debugger. This is the reason you are first navigating to this. So after that, what I will do again, I will execute each and every line here. So one by one we will see. So after that, this line will create one report, empty report. Set the project report name, whatever you want to set, and this we have set title. And after that, again we are creating one object this time. So let me create this. After that, I will attach my object, extend object to this one, so that this object will also have the knowledge where my file is present, right? So let us wait. It is still not finished. Okay, so I think it is finished. So we come to this highlighted line. After that, this line will go to set. Next line will go to set that who is the tester who is testing that. So let us wait. So okay, we come here, set the name, and after that I'm returning my object. So once I will return, you will see where I am going to come. So you can see we come here, right? So this line, what happened? We are calling this object get report, and it is returning as one extent object. So if I place my mouse here, as of now it is null. But once I execute this line, this line will hand over that object to this variable, right? So this is the reason I created that. So if I execute this, I think I have executed. So after that you will see. Okay, what happened? Okay, so I think after that it will not. So now this whatever the object this variable is written, sorry, this line is written, it has captured here, right? So after that, let me run again. What happened after that? So I think we should come inside this block, right? Inside this block before our test case should run and perform any operation. So let me click this resume so that let us see where we are landing. So I think browser will going to execute. Okay, so let us again see. So what will happen once our browser will open? So you can see browser open and then website will be launched, but it will not perform any operation, right? We have to come to that on test start. So you can see, yeah. So as of now, what happened? So I have provided some code here so that username and the password will be filled, and after that we have to click on login button. But it has stopped it has stopped the test execution first, and first we will automatically come to this block on test start. So this will have the knowledge that what is your test case name which is currently in execution. So with the help of this line we are getting that test case name. So what is the test case name? This is the one, login page test, right? So here I'm saying create one test inside my extent report with this name. So once I will execute this line, what will happen? Once I will execute line, so this test case name will be inserted into this file. So this is the test case name, right? So it will create one test case here. Okay, so after that execute this. So it will return me one test object. So it has written one test object. You can see the details, whatever in the detail. We are not interested, right, in that detail much. So our agenda should be to know that how this works, right? So after that, what I can do if I execute this. So if I click to this resume again, this time you will see it will going to execute your test case, right? So let us see again. So I think we come here. Okay, again let it is executing the driver. So click this resume. I think this time, so you can see it has filled all the detail and it has clicked the login button. So we redirected to this page, right? So this is how it works. And after that, so this time this test case will not going to fail because I'm not failing this. I have commented this line, so it will not fail. So this time your test case is not failed. So I think we are going to come to that block, which is this one, right? So let me place one debugger here. So because our test case is not failed, so I should redirect it to here. So let us again try to click this. So this says execution completed completely, and we should come to our. If I click this resume, you can see that. The debugger has stopped here. Why? Because this time we are not going inside this block. Our test case is passed, and I'm just saying this test case, whatever this is the one, I think this test case is passed, and set the status of the test case to pass, and provide one comment here, right? So this is the comment I'm giving. This is the comment, and it will pass. So execute this. So this we have finished, right? So first test case is done, and after that it will again going to execute the second test case. So if I click this again, second one is by Corona website, Corona virus homepage, where total number of test cases are present. So again, browser will execute, but before executing that test case fully, after website will load, it will again come to that on test start failure. So let us see again for second test case. You can say so. This time it has directly come because earlier it has executed, so it will not come again, right? It will not execute this again. Actually, this object is continuously listening to your whole test case until you do not have any test cases left in your testing example. So this time again we will come here on test start. So again this time what is our test case name? If I show you, I think this if I click this, I think this is our test case name, navigate Corona homepage. This is our actual test case name. So if I show you, it has fetched the name as well. Because this is our actual test case name at the rate test invitation. So whatever be the name we will give, it will fetch. So it will fetch, and I'm saying with the help of this line extend to dot create test, I'm saying create one test case name with this name, navigate Corona homepage. So what will happen after I execute this line? It will create one test case like this. You can see here, it will create one test case like this, and after that, what will happen? So this we have completed, and after that, if I click this again, so I think this time it will again going to run your test case, and if it fail, we will going to come to that test failure method of listener. So execution, execute this. So you can see that it is going to fail here, right? Because if I show you the total number of test cases, sorry, total case, this number is less than this, which is incorrect. So this time it will fail, and we are going to come to that on test failure method. So click this. So anyways, it is also calling many methods. So let me directly click this resume. So you can see that we come to that on test failure, right? This is the method. So here again, before what I'm saying, so we have already created this earlier, right? We have created this. From where we have created this, if I show you, when we are saying on test start, so one test case is created with this name, right? With this line, one test case is created, which is this one. So what I'm saying, if I come to that test failure block, if my test case will fail, so I'm saying fail, mark my status of the test case as fail, and whatever be the reason it got failed, provide that reason here, right? So this step will do that for you. So after that, what I will do, I have to take the screenshot because this time my test case got failed. So what we can do, again I will say step over. So this line I have explained to you yesterday, that I am just fetching that driver object which is working on that particular test case. So fetch that driver object with the help of this line. Okay, after that what I will do, I am again getting the test case name which got failed. So this line will give me the test case name. So I think it is Corona, navigate to Corona homepage, right? So this is the reason it is giving this name. And after that, this is important. So here what I am trying to do, I am calling this method. Right here I am providing the test case name and the driver object. Okay, so if I execute this, so I think let me place one debugger point here as well. Otherwise we will not be able to see. So I think I have placed only debugger here. So once I will execute that method, we will directly come to here because I am calling that method, this method from here. So it will have the test case name and whatever your driver object. So so after that, let me do one thing. Let me click resume, or let me do one by one. So let me. It will take the screenshot from that 73 line. Okay, then after that you will see our code will resume. So it is still taking the screenshot of that page. So I think it has taken the screenshot and it has placed one screenshot in this file, in that whatever with the path. But what I want my screenshot to be copied from this to new file. So this is the destination, and this is the destination file I am giving. So you will see this is the destination where I want my all the screenshots will be present, right? So if I show you, I think this is the one, right? So this is the path. This is the path I have provided here, right? So it will overwrite all the screenshot as of now. So step over. So I'm just copying that file to here, right? After that, I'm just returning this destination file. So this is the complete path where my screenshots are present. So I am just returning that path to this variable, right? So this variable will now have the complete path. So this, I have told you that this method will help you to, you can say, to copy your screenshot from this, from whatever the path you have in your folder level to that extent file. So this method will do that for you, and whatever be the screenshot file name, this will be your file name in that report. So execute this and execute this method. That's it. And after that, it has copied into the report. Execute this again and click this resume. Okay, let me place one more debugger here. Okay, so debugger is already present. So let me click resume. So what will happen? Oh, this already started at the beginning, and if your test case will pass, you will go here. So here, as of now, our test case code failed. So we come here, and after the execution, our test case will going to run and finish. So this time we should land here because this is the last method. So automatically, if I execute this, you are going to navigate to that on test finish. So you can see automatically we come here. So this is how the working of this happens. So what this method will say, this is saying that to my extent object that you do not have to monitor the results as of now. So whatever the results you got, whatever the test cases you passed or failed, just write all the information back to the file and save the file. So this step is mandatory, otherwise you will not see your extent report in your folder, in your path, you can say. So click this, which means step over, execute this, and after that, I think we have done with our code. So it is taking some time, so let us wait. So it is done execution, and if I execute, click on resume, so this time whatever the things we have done, and it will just generate one report here. So test case execution is finished. So if I refresh it, so if I, yeah, property. So again paste it here. I think we are getting the same file. Okay, so but this time you will see one test case code passed, and whatever the detail I have mentioned in the listener class is present here. So likewise, this is one. So remaining things are the same, and you will not see the screenshot for that because I have provided the code in such a way that I do not want to take the screenshot of past test case. But this failed at this point, so this screenshot is also present. So this is how you can work with the extent report. So I hope uh, when we have done that debugging part, it is clear to everyone that how the flow is working.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So if you do not understand this, then I will upload the recording, just try to play the recording two or more, three or more time, then you will understand. Okay. So this we have done. Okay. So one more point. Let me. So suppose what I'm saying here, I want that. So forgot this one. I want that every time when I will run my test case, suppose there is only one index HTML. So even if I am running that test case again and again, what happened? Only one index file is generated, which means this file is overwritten by another file. This is the thing what is happening here. So if you want that when I'm at each run, I will get one separate index file. So what you can do, right? So that will be an assignment, a small assignment for you to do. So if you want to generate each and every index file after every operation, like index file 1, 2, 3, 4, likewise. So you can, there is one class, or you can say, okay, I will leave that to you. You have to explore. So there are many ways by in Java by which you can get current date and time, right? So what you can do. So I think this is the path. What I mean, if I so this path is generating this report index.html, right? So what I mean to say that if you want that whenever I will run test case 10 times, so if I run test case 10 times, so 10 index.html file will be present, right? So you can use that. What I mean to say that Java provide many ways by which you can fetch that current date and time and also second, right? So you can provide the complete date, time, seconds, hours as well. So what you have to do, you have to call that method here after, you can say before that file. If I place this, sorry, if I close this, so after that you have to provide, or you can say suppose you will make one method and provide that method here. So what will happen every time when this method will execute before that file, you are going to get the current date and time and moreover seconds you should get. So if you get the seconds, so every time at one particular second you will trigger, so you are going to see that every time one more index file will be created. So this is how you can apply if you do not want that index.html file to be overwritten, right? So Arjun, I think you can do that. It is not a very, you have to just provide that function here, whatever you can explore. So whenever you will run, every time you will see that one index file will going to generate. So this we have seen. Okay, so let me change that back to normal. So this we have seen. So let us try to run all the test case. So as of now, let me delete this and let me delete this as well. So we have done. Let me invoke all our framework with the help of Maven. So remove this one. So remove. Okay. So what I will do, let me open command prompt. So as we have one Maven project, so I can also trigger all my test case with the help of Maven command. So to trigger all my test case with the help of Maven command, first I have to reach to that particular, you can say URL, sorry, not URL, particular directory where my project is located. So let me first come to that path where my project is present. So I've copied the path of project, cd change the directory to this. So this is the path where my project is present. So if I write Maven test, okay, so what will happen? So I have already told you when we were working with the Maven that if you want to trigger your test cases in the command prompt with the help of Maven, and suppose this time we have test in the XML file. So here I have used one plugin which is called Maven Surefire plugin. So this is the plugin I have already created when we are creating the framework from the scratch. So here in that plugin I have provided that configuration. So what will happen when I will pass this Maven test command here? It will first come to that plugin. So here in that plugin it will see that I have to trigger that test.ng XML file. So once it will trigger that test.ng XML file, it will have all your two classes, and moreover after that all your test cases will be able to run, right? So just now, so as of now you can see again, we are just changing the way of execution of our test case. The rest of the things will remain the same. So after an execution, you will see that again one extent report file will be generated, and the screenshots will also be present here. So if I run that with the help of Maven, hit enter. So it has again started. So let us wait. Yeah, again two test case will run because we are executing our test engine. So this is our second test case. Okay, I think execution is finished and you will see one test case is I think pass and one test case will fail. So you can see the results here. Failures is one and one test case is also passed. So once you will refresh your project again. If I refresh this, so I think yeah, refresh it. So again you can see this is the screenshot of the failed test case. Yeah, so only this code failed. And again this is the report data generated, right? So functionality will not be affected if you also going to trigger your given test case with the help of command prompt. But it is just another way of triggering your test case, right? So even if you close your Eclipse and just hit that all the command from the command prompt, then still it will work. So you can see that again the same thing, pass and fail. So this we have completed. That okay. So one more thing, every time writing like this Maven test, or you can provide any command which you have seen earlier. This is again a manual step, right? I want that this should also be automated. I do not want to provide that Maven test every time. Okay, so consider one scenario. Suppose you are working in a project. So you want your client want that by the time, suppose I am talking about Indian Standard Time. So there is one US client and he wants that according to the Indian Standard Time at 10 or you can say at 9 a.m. in the morning, all your test cases should be triggered. So client has come to you and said that I want that every day I have some 100 test case and I want that all my test cases should be triggered at 9 a.m. in the morning. So you will say, okay, I will do that. So will you going to get up every day at 5 a.m. So and suppose moreover, your test cases will take around 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours to complete. So will you going to run? Will you going to get up early in the morning and open your laptop and just after connecting to your project VPN or company VPN, will you going to write that payment test here every day at five days in a week? So this is not going to be a good approach, right? So what I want that when I come to office at 10 a.m. or you can say 9 a.m. in the morning, automatically all my test cases should be triggered, and when I will just reach the office, I will just provide the result to the client. So how we can achieve that? We can achieve that with the help of Jenkins tool, right? So this is the uh, this is that Jenkins tool will go to solve our problem. So also give let us see how we can also automate this step, right? So let us start working with Jenkins. So this is one of the important topic as well. So before working with, let us download that Jenkins. So there is one file which is called Jenkins jar download, right? So if you want to install Jenkins, you can use this. Click this. So click this first website only. Here you can go with the default one. Sorry, which this one, right? Generic Java package. So click this. It will start downloading one package. Sorry, one .war file extension. So as of now, I am already having it. It is 64 MB size. So let me cancel it and let me show you where my file is present. So this is the path I show you. I think yeah. So here you can see this is the file. I am already having that in my machine. So right click and click on property and see where this file is present. So this is the path where this file is present. Copy the path. Actually, I will now going to. So let me remove this one. So clear the screen. It is not required. So let me come to that C drive. CD drive dot. Okay, so let me change the directory to where my file is present. So here, if I open that document, here I have just documented all the things that you needed for the setup part. So first you have to download this file. This we have downloaded. After that, in the command prompt, first come to the desired path where that file is present and hit the below command. So this is the command. So copy this command and just place that command here. So I think capital instead of capital J, small j should be there. So let me update this. So small j, yeah. So once you will hit this command, this file. This is our file name, right? So that can be different. So as of now, I'm going with the default one. If you rename this file to some other file, it will be different. So this is the file name with extension. And after that, I'm saying the port number is 8080, which means on the port number this 8080, our Jenkins will be listening, right? So you can say in the normal terms is that this is the port number where our Jenkins will be present. So if I hit enter after this statement, hit enter, it will take some time and it will download all the necessary file. So I think I have not hit the enter. Let me hit after that. Hit enter. Yeah. So it will just run some commands. So, so actually I am already having that Jenkins machine in my Jenkins in my local machine. So it will be very fast for you. But when you do it for the first time, it may take around 5 minutes, right? So let us wait. After execution of this, you will get one error. Sorry, not error. You will get one line, which means it will say that Jenkins is up and running. You can see that method. Sorry, not that line. Jenkins is fully up and running, right? So you will not see it for the first time. So that this is the reason I created this document. So when you hit this command for the first time, you are going to get one message here. I hope you are able to see that it is saying that Jenkins initial setup is required. An admin user has been created and a password generated. So it has generated some dummy password. For the time being, it has generated this password. And you can also get the password from this file, from this path. So anyways, copy this password. Once you will get the password like this, copy this password and you have to so as I have used the port 8080, so I can say localhost 8080. Once I will hit this, you will see you are going to redirect it to one page, which is the Jenkins page. So again, I am saying you will not see that page directly. So you have to do some configuration. So I have already taken the screenshots. So after that, once you will hit localhost 8080, right? Once you will hit localhost 8080, you are going to see this page, right? So here you have to provide that whole password which you have copied from the command prompt. Once you will provide the password, you can click on continue. Okay, after that you will see this screen. Here you can go with the default one. So click on this first block, and once you click that, it will start to download some necessary plugins, or you can say the files needed for the execution of Jenkins. So after that, it will take some time, and you will land on that this page. So here you will see some fields like Sumit. I provided some username and the password you can set. So it is also asking for the full name, and you can provide your email ID. Okay, once you will do like that, so you have to remember the username and the password, right? Because I'm going to place that username and password here. Okay, so once you will do like that, okay, so yeah, click on save and continue again, then you will come to that page. So here you do not have to do anything, just click this save and continue again, and after that you will be redirected to this page, right? So make sure when you are working with Jenkins, this you should get this message, right? Otherwise, if you will not see this message, then here in this page will not going to open, and you will see some error like unable to locate the page or something like this, right? So it is mandatory that once you will this Jenkins is fully up, you should not close this, right? So this is one thing. So here I will just provide my username, which is Sumit, and whatever the password I have set, I will provide that password here. So click on sign in, then you will be redirected to this page. This is the page, right? So I think I will not see welcome to Jenkins because I have already logged in many times. So anyways, this is the home page. Let me show you. So let me open that in another one. It is taking more time. Sumit is the username, and what is the password? You can provide it here. So let us wait. It will take some time. Okay. So let me delete this because this I have already created. So let me explain you what is the. Okay, so you will not see this screen when you will log in for the first time. So let me delete the existing projects which I have created earlier. Okay, so you can see this screen like when you will log in for the first time, you will see the screen like this. So here what we will do, suppose you have 10 test cases, right? So I will create one job. It is saying create a job. So suppose once that job will be created, I will just click that job and automatically all your test cases will run. So let us see one by one. So before working in Jenkins, we have to provide so this Jenkins do not have the knowledge where your Java, JDK and where your Maven is present, right? So let us first give the knowledge, then we can work. So click this manage Jenkins. This is the first step you have to do. Then you can come to that global tool configuration. So here, okay, so it is taking some time, so let us wait. Yeah, here you have to first come to this JDK one and click this. So here I have provided where my Java is present, and this is the you can give this any name, but I have provided the name similar to this, right? So you can give any name. So you have to provide in this one where your Java is present. So this you have to provide. So this is the same Java path which we have done at the very first lecture of Selenium. That clicking right click and we have to provide one Java path in the system variable. So this is exactly the same path. And here this as well. If I come this Maven installation, you have to provide where your Maven is present in your system. So this is the complete path I have given. Again, this is the same which I have provided in the system variable earlier in the lectures when we have just started working with the Maven, right? So just provide this complete path where your Maven is present in your system, and you can give this any name. So again, I've taken the last this one, right? You can give any name. After that, you have to click on save and apply. Save, just save it. So this you have to do so that Jenkins will be able to know where your Java and the Maven is present. So after that, let us create one job. Job in the sense it this job will have the power to trigger all your test case, right? So let us give any job, like if I say Maven job, you click this and you have to select this one, right? So forgot about this pipeline and all. We as we are tester, we do not have to learn the whole Jenkins tool, right? We have to just learn that how we can trigger our test case. So this freestyle project is going to help us. So click this and click on OK. So that will navigate you to one page. The result is taking more time, so let us wait. Okay. So after that, okay. So here you can see the if I want. Let us first come to this advanced tab. So here, if I click this, so here what I will do. So as of now, this Jenkins do not have the knowledge where my project is present, right? Where my Eclipse project is present, it do not know. So let me tell you one thing before that. So if I open my local disk C, if I come to user and come to that username. So when you will install the Jenkins in your machine, you will see some folder like this with this name .jenkins. It will be automatically created when you install the Jenkins in your machine, right? So if I open this one, so whatever the project I will work on, right, I will place my project folder inside that .jenkins folder. Why? So that Jenkins will be able to identify where your project is present, right? So you can see this is the project we are working on, right? If I show you the path, I have already created that. Inside the you can see .jenkins is the you can say path. So inside that I will provide my project folder, right? So this is my project folder. So you can do two things here to tell the Jenkins where your project is located. So this step is mandatory. You have to provide your project folder inside that .jenkins folder. So after that, if I click this and if I click this, so this is the path, total path where my pom.xml is present, right? So copy this whole path and you can come to this. You can provide a complete path here. Okay, so you can do this way, but suppose if you do not want to write this whole path, so what happens that if you give that project to some other person, right, this path will going to remain the same, right? Project inside, so this is your project folder. Inside that there is one more folder. This path will remain the same, but from person to person this path will going to change till here, right? And this will also going to remain the same if he have the Jenkins installed. So you can give one variable here instead of writing like that. You can say dollar Jenkins underscore home. So what this, and after that you have to just say, instead of backward you can say forward slash, and yeah. So what this will do, this will going to automatically this path, sorry, which is the one, this will take you to the path automatically where your Jenkins folder will be present. So automatically this will take you to this. If I show you local disk users, yeah, so it will take directly take you inside that, right, by writing that dollar Jenkins underscore home. So once you get to this path automatically, you just have to provide your folder, project folder name, and the total path where your pom.xml is present. So this is also one of the way. Or if you want to give the whole project path, you can give. So this is the, we can come to this one. After that, I have to provide my total path of the project where my pom.xml is present. So copy this, and I have just placed it, right. But make sure you put forward slash. So this is the forward slash, right. So this you have to do. After that, we have given the knowledge where our project is present. Fine. So actually, I will be, as I am working with the Maven project. So if I see this, add build step. So how you want to build your project with the help of Maven. So I will select this. I want to work with Maven. So this is the same name I have given in my, when I was setting the Maven in my Jenkins. So this is the name it is suggesting me. So select this one. So it will automatically check, go to that particular path where Maven is present, right? So here, what is your goal? So earlier, I hope you remember that if I want to execute any test case in Maven, I will just say Maven test. So this is one common command I used to give on that command prompt. So here I am going to give the same name, that Maven test. So here you can do one thing, you can skip this Maven. Actually, Jenkins will automatically recognize that it is a Maven command. So you can skip this, right? So not required. So just skip this and click on save. If you save this, so you can see this is the option you will get, build now. As soon as you click this step, automatically your test case. So let me show you one thing. Actually, what will happen when you will click this, what will happen? So this will have the knowledge where your project is present. If I click on configure, click on advanced, this will just this step will tell where my project is present. Once my project is present, I am saving. I will say what is the command I am giving. I think the command I am giving is test, right? So it will identify where my project is present up to the pom.xml, and inside that when I will say Maven test. So this is the plugin I have used for running the test.xml. So test command will first come to this, and here it will see that I want to trigger this test.xml file. So once it will trigger the test.xml file, automatically our test case will also going to run. So let us see whether our test cases are able to run or not with the help of this command. So let us check. So just to click this build now, and after that you will see one job. You can say job in the Jenkins term, you can say that as a job. So this is one job, this is in progress. If I click this, if I show you the output, this is the console output. You can see all the logs generated, and so this is the same logs that have generated at the command prompt as well. So here, as we are working with the Jenkins, so you can see all the logs running one by one. So you can see the first browser, or you can see the first test case. I think this is the second one. After that, so again, the mode of executing our test cases are different, but whatever with the report and the screenshot, that will remain the same. So you can say one failure, I think, yeah, failure one, error zero. So if I show you, so it is saying that this test case is failed, right? At line number 51, because I have just made assertion to fail, expected true but found false. But you can say that another one test case is passed, so it has not showed you the result, right? So moreover, if I show you, okay, let me do one thing. Let me remove this. So let me remove this from my project, right? You can also, if you close your Eclipse, if you close your Eclipse as well, then only Jenkins will be able to trigger, right? But I have to work on that, so I have just not closed that. You can try that if you click that, close that your Eclipse as well. Then also your test case will going to run. So as of now, you can see, as of now, I am deleting both the folder. So delete this. So as of now, if I even refresh it, you will not see any folder here, right? But once I will again, let me show you again. If I run from the Jenkins again, so this is one build. If I want to trigger that again, I will say build now. So this time you will see second job will be present here, right? So second job is started to run. And what is this red symbol? It is saying that it is failed. If your test case will pass, all the test case will pass, you will see some green symbol, right? Sorry, not green, that is you can say whatever be the color it is, right? So let me show you as well in a short while. So you can say console output, again it will run. You can see it has just executed on browser. Okay, so let us wait for that to finish. It's still running, no issue. Again, we are going to get the same result, but what I wanted to see, so it has finished execution, I think. Yeah, so whatever be the same result will become, but this time, so if I refresh this project again at the project level, my both the screenshot file and the extent report file will go into generate. You can see again we are going to get the file, right? So you can see the file later on, and this is the screenshot of the failed test case. So as of now you are getting failure here. So what is the failure? This test case code failed. So let me do one thing. This time if I not fail the test case, yeah, I think this is the test case which got failed. So let me comment out, or let me provide the correct condition. This time it will not fail. Save this, and after that, if I run it again from the Jenkins, so this time you will see. Sorry, click this job which you have created and click on build now. So you are seeing red symbol here. So because all your jobs are filled. Okay, I have triggered two more. I have clicked this two button two times. So this is the reason you are seeing it again. So let me close this. Okay, so this is the one, it is started to run again. If you see this console output is the one. You can see whatever what is happening. So again, so I think first test case has finished and it will be passed. Second test case will also going to be passed this time, I think. So it is still running. So this time you are seeing the failures as zero because both the test case will pass, and moreover this time the icon, if I show you here, your first two builds are failed. You can say the jobs are failed, but this time all the test cases are passed, so you can say success. So this is how you can work with Jenkins and you can trigger a test case. But still, so is it clear to everyone?
Yes, yes. We will try with Jenkins.
Yeah. So okay, one more point. But still, you will see that this is again a manual job. I that if I have to trigger automatic task is not done yet, right? Every time I have to click this to trigger my test case. So to trigger that automatically, Jenkins will provide you one. If I configure this job, you can configure this Maven job, right? If I want to configure, there is one. You can say, if I come down, yeah. So this is the option build trigger. So if you select this, so let me explain you here. I have already taken down. Yeah. So actually Jenkins will use one expression. It will use one expression. So these are the different fields. So suppose this is the number I have written. So what this first number will indicate? This will indicate minutes. So we have total 60 minutes. So 0 to 15 it will be treat, right? So if you want to trigger your test case at and whatever, let us see second one, then I will come. So this second field, whatever the number you are seeing here, is the total number of hours in the 24-hour format. So if you want to trigger all your test case, if you want to trigger all your test cases at 8 a.m. in the morning. So what is the time as of now? I think the time is 8:43, right? So if you want to trigger all your test cases at 8:43 p.m. So I think let us go with 8:43 is the time and let us 8:50. So if you write 8 here, that will be treated as 8 a.m. because we are having that 24-hour format. So if you want to trigger all your test cases at, you can say 8:50 p.m., then you have to provide 20 here because that will be treated as 8 p.m. So 8 p.m. and at what minute? At 50 minute. I want to trigger my test cases automatically. And what are the remaining ones? So it is the day month. So I have provided the star because I am saying I want to trigger all my test cases at 8:50 p.m. every day. So 1 to 31 we have 31 days in the month. So I want to trigger all my test cases every day at 8:50 p.m. So star is saying that every day. And again, what is the month? So we are having 12 months. So I am saying I want to trigger all my test cases at every day, and I want to also trigger my test cases every day is the one thing, and I have to trigger all the test cases every month, and you can say whole month. Right? I hope you are able to understand that we are total having 12 months. So our test cases I have provided the star. So in our 12 month, all our test cases will trigger, and moreover in the 12 month, I'm saying run your test cases whole month. So these are what star is saying, right? So you can make any modification, but let us, for the understanding purpose, let us go with this one. You can make any modifications later on. So I will provide that expression here. So make sure that you have to provide one space. So the one space will be here. One space. Yeah, I think rest of them having only one space. One space. So you have to do like that. So what again I'm saying, if you want to trigger all your test cases at, so the time is 8:45 as of now. Let us suppose I want to trigger all my test cases at 8:47, or you can say 8:47. Let us go with this one. So right, so if I click on save, so let us wait for the time. As of now it is 8:45. So when 8:47 will be the time, here you can see on my desktop automatically one job. So this is the job which we have created. That job will going to trigger. So that we can also, you can say, this time we are just automating everything. We do not have to uh, uh, create, sorry, we do not have to create any manual task. We do not have to do any manual task. So 8:46 is the time, you can see. So this time I will not going to click this builder now. So you can see that my mouse is here on the right hand side. So after I think 50 seconds more, it will automatically trigger my job. So let us wait. So I think 25 more seconds, then it will automatically trigger my test case, which is, you can say, job in case of Jenkins. So 8:47 is the time, and you can see that on the left hand side there is one job automatically triggered, right? So so that way you can also set the morning time at 4 a.m. every day you can set, right? So this is how automatically your test case will run. So then again we are going to get the same results. We, again if I click this console output, again it will going to provide us the same result, and the report will also going to be generated like here. So this is how you can work with the Jenkins. And moreover, if I have to set the time at 4 a.m. in the morning, so I will say 4 at what minute? At 00 minute, right? So that will be treated as 4 a.m. because it is for minute. At 00 minute, I want to trigger my test case at 4 a.m. Yeah, so this will, and the stars are saying that you have to run all your test cases every day. So you can provide this expression if you want to trigger all your test cases daily at 8 a.m. in the morning. So I think execution is still pending. Let us see. Console output. Yeah, it is finished. So all the test cases are passed, and again you will see the color of this icon is not red because our test cases are passed, and you can see so success. So this is how you can set any time. So this is how you can work with Jenkins, right? So from the testing point of view, this is more than sufficient. We do not have to work with pipelines and all because that is a part of DevOps engineer, right? So we are not the DevOps people. So creating that pipeline and all will be handled by them in your project as well, in your company as well, right? So you do not have to create that. So I hope it is clear to everyone. Oh, okay, so if I
Yes,
talk about the everyone, there are two people only.
yes, yes.
Wait. Actually, I am not able to hear you again. Let me just plug my speaker again. Wait. Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Am I audible now?
Yeah. Wait. Let me increase the volume. You are audible. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
So what you wanted to say actually previously, I am not able to understand you.
No, no, I was saying I have understood the concept of this
Okay. Sure. So I will do
object.
one thing. I will again share the. Okay. So one more thing. This is the framework. I will share the complete framework code, just like I have shared the previous one. I will share that whole complete code in the classroom, and whatever the modification you want to make in that project, you can do, right? It's up to you. You can create n number of test cases here, right? I have shown you only with the two. So it's up to you that how you want to configure that. Okay. So that's all for today. And I think one more topic is left, which is GitHub. So that will be taught by Vandan next week, right?
Okay, Sumit, how many classes exactly we have left? We have left
You are left with only one class, which is the
only one.
next. Yeah, GitHub is the only topic, and there Vandan will also discuss that what is the project you have to make.
Okay, okay. We will
Yeah,
get a project to make to build.
yeah, he will tell you.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you everyone, Ajit, for attending today's class. We'll be sharing the recording after the session. Okay. So let me start the recording. So thank you everyone and happy Dashara.
Same to
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.